Hello, my name is Daniel Trujillo. This is my self reflection, August 31st, for Intro to Health Consumerism. And the question for this reflection was related to the Unnatural Causes video and just kind of defining what the Ninth Street is in my city, or the dividing line is the better way to put it. I grew up in Indianapolis, so there definitely is a lot of different Ninth Streets you could say there are, because I've seen plenty. But I grew up on the east side of Indianapolis, not in the best area, particularly, just about 10 minutes outside of downtown. But even then, just being 10 minutes from downtown, you can already see the dividing lines between the like city related kind of areas and just neighborhoods that are often lacking like sidewalks and just general like nature areas like grass, plants, and parks and things like that. Any recreational areas like that were often, they're pretty far out, kind of where I'm from in the neighborhood. And the street I live on particularly, it's 21st and Sherman. So if you were to look that up, near Indianapolis on the east side, it's definitely not one of the worst areas, but it's not. I would say it's somewhere just a little below the like middle class ish. And thankfully we didn't really struggle that much growing up with that kind of issue of food scarcity or anything like that, thankfully. But there are certainly people in the neighborhood that I've seen and I know that do, and we try to do our best to help with that. And so the Ninth Street that I would personally define as like the one I've seen the most growing up, there is a street known as Keystone. It goes north south in the both directions, and it can lead you to down to the area where I live, but it also leads you to, if you drive up north, it leads you about close to Castleton and Carmel areas, and you definitely can see the change in structures and resources nearby. Like driving up the street, there is a point where it's a sidewalk starts, and before that, going down south, there pretty much is no sidewalk, and the roads are kind of bad. And I particularly take that road because the roads get better going up north through that road, and there's no potholes, and it's pretty well maintained. And kind of characterizing living on either side of the line. I mean, I lived on the not so nice side of it, but I've never been ashamed or I tell people I don't care. I tell everybody where I'm from. I mean, I'm appreciative of where I live, and because it's where I grew up, obviously I'm gonna enjoy it either way. But it's also, I just kind of am shocked to see that there is such a blatant change in scenery and environment and resources once you drive 5 minutes up the street. And it kind of raises the question of, hey, why couldn't they just do that for the whole thing, and then every community could enjoy it to the fullest extent? And there definitely is more resources the more up north you go. Obviously, you have Castleton Malls, Fashion Mall on the Keystone, which is what it's known as. And up north, you have other places like Fisher's, and you have places like IKEA. You have fun places like Top Golf. You have all kinds of things you can do. But once you go back down to the area where I live, there isn't really much other than like a skate park or a roller rink or things like that. And here in Muncie specifically, I also like to travel a bit because I like to go thrifting every now and then. I go down a street, I believe it's called Madison, and it, compared to McGalliard, where students and a lot of people often drive, going down south to like the south area of Muncie, you often see that it's pretty quiet. There's not a lot of people walking, and there's maybe like an Aldi and a Walmart there, and then it's just about 95% neighborhood, and then 5% places you could stop and eat, and even then, they're not the healthiest options, like Subway and other places like that. And yeah, I've seen that in a lot of different towns, but living in Muncie and in Indianapolis, I've seen them. I've been there long enough to figure out where that line is drawn, and I've always talked about this specific point. It's always something I've asked myself: uh, why isn't it more addressed, and why aren't there more resources being divided equally? And yeah, that's my response to that. And thank you.